Hello friends, in this lecture we will see the special case of transportation method. Okay, so we have done the theory of transportation method. Okay, we have seen the different methods in transportation method. We have also seen how to check the optimality of transportation method. Okay, so we have got a next topic, that what are the special cases. Okay, so it is one of the previous year question of UPSC 20 marks question. Okay, so with the help of this example we will see the special case. So first, suppose we have got this transportation question and we have to solve it. Okay, so first what we have to do, we can see that this is the cost cell matrix. Okay, this one is the cost cell matrix, this is the demand, this is the demand, and this is the supply. Okay, so we have got three factories, suppose A, B and C. These are the three factories and these are the warehouse D, E, F and G. So from factory A we have to supply the units to D, E, F or G. From factory B we can supply to D, E, F or G. From factory C we can supply to D, E, F or G. Okay, the demand of each warehouse, you can see for D it is 90, for E it is 100, for F it is 120 and for G it is 180. And the supply, A can supply 180 units, B can supply 170 units and C can supply 200 units. Okay, so first what we will see, first we will see that the total demand must be equal to total supply, that then only it is a balanced. Okay, so we will check. Here we will see 0, 5 and 5. Okay, so it is the total supply is 550 units and the total demand we can see 180 plus 120, it is 10 and 9, it is 490. You can see, you can check, it is 490. Okay, so we can say that total demand is not equals to total supply. Okay, total demand is not equals to total supply. It means it is not a balanced. Okay, not a balanced transportation. It is not a balanced transportation problem. So what we have to do, we have to balance it. Okay, we have to balance it. It means we can see that the demand is less by how many units? 60 units. Okay, 550 minus 490 we will get 0, 60 units. Okay, the demand is less by 60 units. We have supply of 550 and the demand is only 490. So what we will do, we will introduce a dummy destination. Okay, we will introduce a dummy destination of 60 units. Okay, so what we will do, we will introduce a dummy column or we can say dummy destination of 60 units, so we can balance the transportation problem. So the first step is that introduce a dummy destination which will require 60 units. Okay, so to make it balanced problem, we will introduce a dummy destination which will require 60 units. So what we are going to do, we will introduce a dummy destination here. Like this, 60. Okay, 60 and the supply 180, 170 and 200. 180, 170 and 200. 180, 170 and 200. This is our supply. Now the problem will be balanced. Okay, this is also 500 and this is also 500. Okay, now we can say the second one. Now the cost cell matrix is balanced. Okay, now it is balanced. Okay, so 500 and 500. Now we will apply apply any method. Okay, you can apply any method, but we will apply Vogel's approximation. Okay, you can apply any method in the question. If it is saying that apply least cost method, okay, apply northwest corner rule, so you can apply any of the method, but here we are going to apply Vogel's approximation method, VAM. Okay, apply Vogel's approximation method or penalty cost method. Okay, so we will apply Vogel's approximation method in this problem. Now you know the steps. Okay, you know the steps how to apply the Vogel's approximation method. So what we will do, we will write here 0 0 0. Okay, since it is a dummy, so the cost is 0. Okay, the cost is 0. We will introduce a dummy destination which will require 60 units. Okay, it is going to require 60 units to make it balanced transportation problem, and the cost is 0. So we will provide the penalty for each row and each column. So here you can say 42 minus 41, it is going to be 1. This is 50 minus 40, this is going to be 10. Okay, the difference of two minimum, here it is 2, here it is 2, here it is 6, here it is 0. Now here also we will apply the penalty. Okay, the difference of two minimum, 39 minus 0, it is going to be 39. Okay, here 42 minus 0, it is going to be 42, and here it is 40 minus 0, it is going to be 40. Okay, so these are steps you already know. Okay, these steps had been told to you in VAM method or Vogel's approximation method. Now the highest is this 42. Okay, this highest is this 42. So we will allocate the items in this row. Okay, so we will go to the minimum. Okay, this require how many units? 60. We have 170, we can give it. Okay, so we will give it 60. So here it will be 0 and it will be left with 110. So both will be cancelled. Now again check for the penalty. This will not change, this will not change. Here it will change. Okay, now the minimum is 39 and 40, so it is going to be 1. Again check 42 and 51, again it is going to be 9. Okay, and it is 40 and 41, it is going to be 1. So now the highest is 10. Okay, now the highest is 10. So we will allocate the items in this column. So the minimum is 40, so it is going to require how many? 100. So you have 200, so give it 100. So you can give it 100. So it is now 0. It will be left with 100. So the both will be cancelled. Okay, because the demand has been fulfilled. Now again check. It will remain same. It will remain same. It will remain same. Now check here. 44, 40 and 39. It will remain same. Now 42 and 53. Okay, so now it is 11, 1 1. Okay, the penalty is changing, so you have to check it. Now it is 41 and 42. Okay, so again it is 1. So now the highest, you can check for the highest penalty is 11. So here you can see the list is 42, it requires 90. You have 110, so you can give. Okay, so you can give 90. So 90 is a 0, so both won't get anything, and it will be left with now 20. Okay, now again check for the penalty. So these won't get anything. Now 42 and 40, 42 and 42, now 39 and 45, 6. Okay, here also this is 1, and this is again, this is now this is 1. Okay, 54 and 53, this is 1. Now this is 3. So now the highest is this one, 6. Okay, and the lowest is 39. So it requires 180 and we have 180. So give it 180. Okay, here it will be 0. Here also it will be 0. So it won't get anything. Now the minimum is 42. It requires 100. You have 120. So give it 100. give it 100, you will be left with 20. Here it is 0. Now 20 and 20, give it 20, 0 and 0. You can see each and every demand has been fulfilled. Each and every demand has been fulfilled. So first we will check whether this solution is optimal or not. Okay, before going to that, we will check that number of allocations must be equals to m plus n minus 1. Okay, number of allocations must be equals to m plus n minus 1. So here we will write m plus n minus 1. This is going to be, okay, m was supply, n was demand. Okay, so 3 supply, 3 plus 1 2 3 4 and now 5. 3 plus 5 minus 1, it is going to be 7. Okay, and the number of allocations is equal to how many? 1, don't get anything, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. You can see the number of allocations is not equals to m plus n minus 1. Okay, so we can write that the solution is degenerate. Okay, the solution is degenerate. It means we cannot apply directly optimality test. Okay, we cannot directly apply optimality test since the solution is degenerate. So first we will make it a basic feasible solution. Okay, it means the number of allocations must be equals to m plus n minus 1. It means the number of allocations must be 7. So we will make it 7. How? Just see it. Okay, so what we will do, we will allocate a minimum positive value, theta at minimum cost. Okay, so what we will do, allocate a minimum positive value theta at minimum cost. Okay, so these blanks are unallocated. Okay, these blanks are unallocated. So what we will do, we will try to allocate a minimum positive value theta at the minimum cost. So minimum is 0 and 0. So if you are going to apply a theta value here, okay, since you have to increase the number of allocations, okay, number of allocations must be done to 7, otherwise we cannot perform optimality test. So if you are going to perform, give here theta, then these 4 will make an closed loop, so this won't be possible. So give the value of theta here. Okay, so provide theta value here. Okay, now you can see, now we can check m plus n minus 1 is 7 and this is equals to the number of allocation. Okay, this is the minimum positive value. Okay, this is the minimum positive value, means theta, you can see theta is tending to 0. Okay, at last we will put theta equals to 0. Okay, at minimum allocate a minimum positive value theta. Theta is a minimum positive value, it means theta is tending to 0. Now the number of allocations is equals to m plus n minus 1. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, now perform optimality test. Now we can perform the optimality test. Okay, so apply Modi method. Okay, we can apply the Modi method. Okay, so we will apply the Modi method. How to apply the Modi method? We will write the value of u1, u2, u3. Here v1, v2, v3, v4 and v5. Okay, and we will write the equation. Okay, we will write the equation. Which equations? We will write the allocated cost cell. Okay, write the allocated cost cell. So remove these. So what we will do, we will write the u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4 and v5. Okay, I am not going to do it here because we will use this value. Okay, so the first allocated cell is 39. Okay, v4, this is 39, this is 0, this is 42, this is 54. Okay, this is 0 again, this is 40, this is 42. Okay, 7. So we will make the equations. Okay, the first equation is u1 plus v4 is 39. Okay, so what we will do, u1 plus v5 is 0. Okay, we will make the equation to find the value of u1, u2 and every u and v. So make u1 0. Okay, we are taking u1 as 0. Since u1 is 0, then v4 is going to be 39. Okay, u1 is 0, so v5 is also going to be 0. Okay, now the second, u2 plus v3, u2 plus v1, u2 plus v1 is 42, u2 plus v3 is 54 and u2 plus v5 is 0. Since v5 is 0, so u2 is also going to be 0. u2 is also going to be 0 here. So u2 is 0, so u3 you will get, v3 you will get 54. Okay, and here u2 is 0, so v1 you will get 42. Now for u3 and v2, okay, u3 plus v2 is 40 and u3 plus v3 is 54. Okay, so here v3 is, this is 42, so here v3 is 54, so you will get u3 as minus 12. Okay, v3 is 54, so put here 54, so it will be minus 12. Here you will put minus 12, so it is going to be 52. Okay, so we have found the values of u and v. Now what you are going to do, now what you are going to do, you are going to calculate the u plus v matrix for the unallocated cell. Okay, now you are going to calculate for the unallocated cell, so I am going to do it here only. Okay, so this is our second. Now what you are going to do, 0 plus 42, it is going to become 42. 0 plus 52, it will become 52. 0 plus 54, it will become 54. Remove it. Okay, otherwise you may get confusion. So here it is 0 plus 52, again it is 52. Okay, 0 plus 39, it is going to be 39. 42 minus 12, it is going to be 30. And 39 minus 12, it is going to be 27. And 0 plus minus 12, it is going to be minus 12. So in this way you can write the unallocated u plus v matrix cost. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to subtract this value from the original cost cell matrix. Okay, so here it was 44 minus 42, it is going to be 2. Okay, we have to do here like this, 44 minus 42, so it is going to be 2. Okay, these steps had been told. 50 minus 52, so this is going to be 50 minus 52, so it is going to be minus 2. Now 40 minus 54, 40 minus 54, it is going to be minus 14. Okay, it is going to be minus 14. Here 51 minus 52, so it is going to be minus 1. 53 minus 39, it is going to be 14. Here 41 minus 30, it is going to be 11. And now 45 minus 27, 18. And 0 minus of minus 12, so it is going to be 12. Okay, so remove all these values. Okay, now you can see since we have got negative values, you can see we have got the negative values. It means this was not the optimal. Okay, this was not the optimal. We have got the negative values. You can see we have got the negative value and we have got 3 negative values. Okay, we got negative values. It means the solution is not optimal. Okay, so select the most negative one. Select the most negative value. Okay, the most negative is minus 14, So this is our identified cell. Okay, this is our identified cell. So what you have to do? You have to allocate some items here. Okay, you have to allocate some items here. This is the most negative value. This is -2, this is -1, and this is -14. So we have selected this -14 because it is the most negative one. Okay, and now we will allocate some items here. Okay, so how we are going to do it? Okay, this one we have selected. So what we will do? We will make a loop. Okay, we will write the allocations here. The allocation was here 180. Okay, just write the allocations. The allocation was 180. Here it was theta. Here it was 60. Here it was 20. Here it was 90, 100 and 100. Okay, so this is our identified cell. So we will make a loop here, starting from the identified cell with positive sign. Make a loop in such a way that at the corner there must be some allocations. Okay, at the corner there must be some allocations. So we can see that at each and every corner we have got some allocations. So here it is positive, here it is going to be negative, here again, here it is going to be negative, here again positive, and here again negative. We have to provide the alternate sign. So what we will do? We will take from the list. Okay, so list is theta. So list is theta. So here we will provide theta, and here we will get theta minus theta. So here we are providing theta. Here we will have theta minus theta. Here we will have 60 plus theta, and here we will have 20 minus theta, and theta was tending to 0. So what we will get? Okay, little bit of lengthy. So what we will get here? We will get here theta. Here it will be 180. Now here the allocations will finish. Okay, theta minus theta 0. Here it is 90. Here it is 20. Here it is 60, 100 and 100. You can see. Okay, so this is now the cost cell matrix. Okay, now we can check the number of allocations. M plus n minus 1, it is going to be 7. Okay, and number of allocations 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So number of allocations is also 7. Number of allocations is also 7. Okay, so we will apply the optimality test. Again, apply optimality test. Okay, again we will have to check. So we will apply the optimality test. How to apply the optimality test? We are going to write the U, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5, and we are going to write the cost of the allocated cost cell. Okay, so here the cost was, you can see here the cost was 40. So we will write here 40. Write here 40. Here it was theta. You can write it. Here it was theta. Here it is 39, 39, and this is 180. Here it is 42, 42 and 90, 42 and 90. Now this will become the original cost cell matrix. Here it is 54 and 20, 54 and it is 20. Now it is 0 and 60, 0 and 60. Here we have got 40 and 100, 40 and 100. Here we have got 42 and 100, 42 and 100. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to find the U and V values. So what we will do? We will make the equations. We will make the equation. So the first equation is, so let U1 be 0. Okay, let U1 be 0. So U1 plus V3 is 40. U1 is 0, so V3 is 40. V3 is 40. U1 plus V4 is 39. U1 is 0, so V4 is 39. Okay, very simple. Now what we will do? U2 plus V1 is 42, and here U2 plus V3 is 54. V3, V3 you have got 40. Okay, so 54 minus 40, you will get here 14. Okay, 14. So this is 14. So 42 minus 14. Okay, this is going to be 28. Okay, like this you can find the values. This is 38. And here, okay, V1 it is going to be 28. V1 it is going to be 28. Now you can calculate it, okay, by making the equation. It is going to be 38 and it is going to be 2. Okay, so you can write the value. Now what we have to do, we have to write the u plus v values here. Okay, so I am writing with blue marker. So this is 28, this is 28, this is 38. Okay, this is minus 14, this is 52. Here it is going to be 53, here it is going to be 30, here it is going to be 41, and here it is going to be minus 12. Okay, so remove these. Now what you have to do, you have to subtract it from the original cost cell matrix. Okay, so if any value becomes negative, then again this will not be the optimal, so you have to subtract it. So 44 minus 28, it is going to be 44 minus 28, it is going to be 16. Okay, so this is going to be 16, this is going to be 16 here. Now 50 minus 38, it is going to be 12. So here it is 12. 0 minus of minus 14, so it will become plus 14. Okay, you can remove this. Now 51 minus 52, this is going to become minus 1. Okay, it means we have got negative value, so this is not the optimal. 53 minus 53, it is going to be 0. 41 minus 30, this is going to be plus 11. 54 minus 41, this is going to be plus 4, and 0 minus of minus 12, this is going to be plus 12. So this is going to be the identified cell. Okay, this is going to be the identified cell, and the theta value was here. Okay, the theta was now here, and this was unallocated. Okay, this was the original cost cell matrix. Okay, we have changed it. So what you have to do, you have to allocate some items here. Okay, so I am making a new cost cell matrix. Okay, little bit of lengthy procedures, but predefined rules. Okay, but predefined rules are there. So starting from this cell, you can see here. Okay, starting from this cell, we will make a loop. So you can see here we have got 20. At the corner there must be a location. So it is, so here we have to provide units. So it is positive, negative, positive and negative. Okay, and we will take from the list. You can see just here, this was positive, negative and negative. So list 1 is 20, so we will take from the 20. So here it will get 20. Okay, here it will have to lose 20, here it will get plus 20, here it will have to lose minus 20. Okay, so now the next cost cell matrix. We will write it 44 nothing, 50 nothing, 40 theta. Okay, 40, the value was theta. 39 180. Okay, 0 nothing, 42 90, and here you can see here we do not have any unit, but now we have 20. Okay, at 51 we have got 20, and at 54 we have got now 0. Okay, we have got 0. At 53 nothing is there, 53 no allocation is there. At 0 we have got 30, 60. Okay, at 41 we have nothing. At 40 early it was 100, now it is 80, and at 42 it is 120. 45 nothing, and 0 nothing. Okay, now 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, m plus n minus 1 equals to number of allocations. So this is a basic feasible solution. So again perform the optimality. Okay, so your work is to perform the optimality for this cell. Okay, so it will be the optimal, you can check. Okay, so we can write the total cost. Total cost equals to 40 into theta plus 39 into 180 plus 42 into 90 plus 51 into 20 plus 0 into 60 plus 40 into 80 plus 42 into 120. Okay, so the total cost you will get 20060. Okay, so you can apply the optimality test. Okay, so this is the final answer and this is the optimal solution. Okay, so the only new thing was that whenever there is degeneracy, so give minimum positive value at the minimum cost. So here the theta, okay, this theta tending to 0. Okay, so final this is optimal. You can again perform the optimality test for this matrix. You will find it optimal, no negative values like this you will obtain. Okay, so little bit of lengthy procedures, but you have to practice it. Thank you.